Hello everyone, my name is Clantis and welcome to the Clantis. So without further ado, let's get into this video. But before we get into the video, please do me a favor by smashing the like button because guys, it goes and triggers the YouTube algorithm to fetch us some more honorable members of the clan. So without further ado guys, I want us to go to the North Gauteng High Court in Judge Ratha's courtroom. I don't know what's going on in that courtroom, guys. Yesterday, I anticipated that it was going to be yet another postponement because the information that the state was pretending to go and get, it was not going to get the full information because they are on a mission. I believe, in my opinion, that they are buying time. And we saw this morning that, they are still buying time and they're still going to buy time because there was a point where Judge Ratha asked the state and the defense, when should we come back? Oh, if we postpone now, when should we come? Oh, Sebanda was so enthusiastic and with the beam on his face, he was like, yeah, tomorrow it is the end of term. In my mind, I'm like, look at you being happy because you're going to get more time. Because I believe that the recess is going to be for a good 3 weeks or so. So that's enough time to be cooking a lot of things. And there was a point where Judge Ratha made a mistake with Advocate Mnisi by saying something which I'm going to get to in my notes. Well, guys, it's one of those days where I'm going to be reading from a script because I'm still at work, kind of like on my break. So I'm not going to be able to memorize my script. I'm just going to read from it and then we'll get to the part where I thought Judge Ratha got served by Advocate Mnisi. It was beautiful to see because anyways, let me just put it this way. It was yet another waste of time in the courtroom because the state did come with the maps, but the maps were missing. You know, if you've done geography before, you know that there are different types of maps, right? You have topography, you have aerial view, you've got physical maps, and you've got all these kind of maps that I felt rightfully so by Advocate Mnisi requesting these information because you are not going to mention a tower. And when you look at the map that the state have provided, that tower is not there. And there's no way that you are going to mention that the secondary place where the killers of Senzo Meyiwa ran to, which we know is Basotho Hostel in Vosloorus, it is not on the map. So it makes no sense. So yes, get us everything. The topography, get us the aerial view, get us the physical maps, get all the maps that there are in the world, geographical map, everything, so that when you say this, it is the defense is able to pinpoint that, yep, this is exactly that tower they are mentioning. It is close by this and close by that and stuff of that nature. No, the state decided to do just like they did with AVLs by choosing the route that they are going to take with these maps. And of course, Advocate Mnisi was not having it. Advocate Mnisi was not having it. I understood with Mr. Mgomezulu not saying anything because he said he does not dissent from what the defense is saying, meaning that he does not separate himself because he has an advantage. And we'll get to that advantage later in the notes. So basically, I'm just going to read from my notes, guys, and then we'll discuss a topic or a point where I get to so that we're trying to unpack it the way I understand. Here, I start by saying another court day wasted by the state. And it's so funny how the people that are currently busy threatening as well as intimidating accused number two's mother. You know, there is no such a thing as private number. I'm not quite sure if these idiots are noticing that there is reading of data of cell phones by Vodacom. So just because you think your number is private, it's only private on the person that you're calling. But on the towers and your demo, your phone is also recorded. And now I have two people that I've talked about here on this channel. I've not mentioned their names that were harassing me because I'm doing this particular case. Ask me where they are today. Ask me where they are. Oh, I'll tell you. I'll tell you. Why? Because they thought they were being smart by being private. There's no such a thing as private. There's IP address. That's how I found them. The first thing that I did, I got myself a court order to stop harassing me. But no, they thought, I can always change this and change that. And now they're in jail. They're in jail. So now I am saying the people that are busy intimidating as well as calling Ntanzi's mother, it's easy. All that the Ntanzis have to do is go and open a case of intimidation and then get a magistrate to give a court order to all the service providers they are. And then get these people that have been calling Ntanzi's mother, get them arrested for intimidation, harassment, and all of that stuff. They'll be in jail by the weekend ends. We're not going to play those games. We are not going to play those games. And yeah, I'm aware that there are some people as well who are like, how are we going to get in Clantis? I'm aware of y'all. I'm aware of y'all. Trust me. And I did say before, I got ways of finding out. Ways of finding out. So try me. Anyways, let's continue. Oh yeah, the other one was with the Obo request. That was a very smart move, but I'm quite smarter. I'm just letting you know. I'm a bit smarter. Anyways, let's continue. I say the state knows it needed to provide the defense all types of map, especially for clarity. If they wanted, maybe let's say the distances of the towers, for clarity, they needed to mention and show on the map that this is the tower we're talking about, and it's the distance between the two towers is this much. But no. Some towers are missing. This is through this type of map, topographic map, aerial view map, physical map, road map, including geographical map. But no, they just come with small little pieces with assumptions that, Basotho could be somewhere here, the phantoming, that it could be here. No, where is it on the map, right? The state picked and chose maps for towers, yet there are the ones that spoke about Basotho Hostel, yet not on the map, not provided for. Advocate Mnisi indicated that some towers are mentioned by Pinky aren't on the map provided to the defense. Advocate Mnisi requests an aerial view of Vosloorus. Judge Ratha trying to be on the state side. Hey, welcome back, Judge Ratha. You've been, you're welcome back. Let me just put it that way. Then he says to the defense, it was quite interesting. He was telling everything Mnisi that he thought that the defense is that they were not there at the Khumalo house, the crime scene in Vosloorus. By the way, guys, there is a clan member, an Oromo clan member that gave me a case that is currently happening in the United States. I did get that, I read your comment and I looked into that case. Oh my goodness gracious me. We have another Judge Ratha in the USA. I'm compiling that video. I'm going to show you some few things that are quite shocking. However, this judge was caught. Not like exactly caught. I don't know what happened, but we will see. You'll hear in the video how he got caught. And then he played a power trip on the defense. And then now he may be in trouble. I'm compiling that. I'm still doing my research. It's a very interesting case. I must tell you, especially the judge, how this judge ended up arresting the defense lawyer. My goodness gracious. Advocate Mnisi further tells the court that they have a defense revolving around Vosloorus. Hence, he wants full detailed maps of from the state of Vosloorus, meaning the greater Vosloorus. Advocate Mnisi further accuses the state of picking and choosing based on what is on section 205s. Interestingly, Judge Ratha making example of Ramukopono. Let me try this name, Ramukonope. Like Ramukonope Hall, Ramukonope Streets, police station, etc. And turns to Advocate Mnisi and asks him, wouldn't his client be able to say that he doesn't see on the map? And I remember in the trial within a trial, and I say here, the irony of this, during the trial within a trial, accused number 1 and 2 used landmarks to describe the areas in which they were tortured nearby. Like, you know, the dumpster sites, the engine garage, etc. and so on. But those fell on deaf ears. Then I say, no, get us the maps. That way we don't have to have Judge Ratha saying, but you did not fight for those maps to be brought by the state so that they can pinpoint. Bring the maps. Bring the maps. Advocate Mnisi then gives the court another example of items missing on the map given to them. The Basotho hostel isn't on the map, but the state is just trying to phantom the whereabouts of the hostel. Nisi reminds the judge that in this matter, the defense is about Vodacom maps, not what the accused pointed in a trial within a trial. There was a point where Judge Ratha was trying to be smart and forgot that they are actually discussing not the photos where the accused pointed that is what do you call this, George Gore Hostel, or it was Foster's Hotel. These are Vodacom maps we are talking about, Mr. Ratha. Judge Ratha then turned to the state and told it that the defense wants comprehensive maps of Joburg, Germiston, Natal Spruit, I think he wants to say Spruit View, and Vosloorus. Then turns to witness and asked her if she was able to do that, meaning the judge turned to Pinky and asked if she could do that. Pinky then replied and said, I'll try my best. Let me put it this way. I'll try my best to supply that, provided that is given a list of what is required and what needs to be indicated on the map. Pinky, I'm starting to lose respect for you. Judge Ratha then says, you won't know what the legal representatives instructed on. Continue to ask Pinky. Pinky said, no, my lord. Ratha then says, I know if there is a legal provision for the state to do that. The only way I can is if it's done to take an aerial view of a location where the towers are allegedly placed. I'm not quite sure if I understood him there. It doesn't make sense a little bit there. Pinky then says, and that's exactly what we currently have. That's what we've indicated in terms of the towers where they are. The distances as requested, of course, by the state, not by the defense. Not the defense is asking for the full map, ma'am, the full map. Then Judge Ratha comes back and asks the defense if there is a law which prescribes how the state should conduct its case. This is the part where I felt that Mr. Mnisi was being too strong towards the state as well as the court, to a point where Ratha now needed to play a manipulative legal game by asking Advocate Mnisi this very question: if there is a law that allows the defense to dictate, in fact, this is how we put it, is there a law to which an accused is entitled to dictate to the state how it should present its case? Now, Advocate Mnisi was like, what are you talking about? Then Imam Nota's like, there he is. Judge Ratha is back in defending the state. Welcome back, sir. Advocate Mnisi concedes that there is no such a law. However, the moment the state gives the defense information on which they're supposed to be receiving instruction from their clients, and their clients say this information received from the state is about us, meaning the accused, is insufficient for them to give their lawyers instructions, then the state must furnish the defense with that information that would enable them on the basis of what they gave the defense, meaning the state giving the defense. Then the state said then the defense should compile a list indicating what they want. Judge Ratha then wanted to know the court must. Then Judge Ratha wanted to know if the court adjourned until when. Sibanda, without hesitation and with great enthusiasm, says tomorrow is the end of term. Yeah, he definitely would love that. He would definitely love that because it gives them time. 3 weeks. Man, you're going to be hearing supplementary affidavits. You're going to be seeing a lot of new evidence being submitted after the term has. We are going to. And they said the case is almost over, right? This is going to be interesting. Then Judge Ratha makes a comment that got Advocate Mnisi clapping back so hard I felt it in my gut, I tell you. This is what Judge Ratha says. Me, I can tell that this is the first time I hear of such a thing where the defense requests what they requested, Mr. Mnisi. Mr. Mnisi responds by saying it is not surprising because in South Africa, it's the first time a trial of this nature is held. I was like, ooh, where are you going with this, sir? Everything in this trial is for the very first time it's happening. And I was like, okay, I know he is throwing shades at the judge, and my mind started going wild and my IQs were just going, and I was like, oh my goodness, this is what I say. In my head, I was like, Advocate Mnisi is hitting back at the biased judge who has heard that. These are the things that this judge heard, but continued with the trial. The first thing that he heard, the crime scene was tampered with, but he continued. The bullet head was never seen by 3 cops behind the glass jar or anywhere in the kitchen or anywhere in the house, but he continued with the trial. The DNA of the hat that the eyewitnesses said it belonged to one of the intruders said none of the 5 men stand accused of killing Senzo Meyiwa were even in the house. The police grossly violated Section 35 of the Constitution, but he accepted the so-called confessions from accused number 1 and 2. And then, no gold tools, no dreads, no tattoo, etc. and so on. And guess what Judge Ratha did? He continued with the trial. All this is for the first time. Cell phone towers are not pinpointing the accused at the Kumalo house. He continues with the trial. So the list goes on, and I'm sure more of this list is going to continue, and Judge Ratha will still continue with this trial, which I still believe died a very long time ago, the moment he became biased. The audacity. Then Mr. Mgomezulu then took the floor and said basically to tell the court that he is ready to proceed, not that he is differing with his colleagues. He has an advantage of being born in Katlehong, so he is very familiar with the areas which he believes that during his cross-examination would also assist his colleagues in following up with their own cross-examination. But in my head, I was like, Mr. Mgomezulu, I understand what you are saying, but I'm still on Advocate Mnisi's side. Let's get those maps. You can do your cross-examination, and they can use those maps to also mark and do things that they have to do while you are busy on the floor with Pinky. So I'm on Advocate Mnisi here. 100%, but I'm also with you because I think you make the best how do you put this, because you were born there and you will be able to assist very greatly. I do believe that. Okay, and then Judge Ratha tells Mr. Mgomezulu that he agrees with him regarding being able to assist his colleagues since he's born in the area, and further shares with the court when he used to practice. This is Ratha. When he used to practice and representing ANC cadres, that he would take an inspection in loco with the very cadre, accompanied by security police, because Jackie Selebi would say, I was never there. I was here, and there. Maybe we should do that. And I was like, Judge Ratha, are you listening to yourself? Because I remember very well in a trial within a trial, the very same Mr. Mgomezulu, who wanted to do an inspection in local at the engine garage in Fosleras, as well as the the abandoned ATM machines in Soweto. And what did you say? What did you say? I rest my case. Then I say in my mind, I said, but wait, this is exactly what Mr. Mgomezulu had proposed during a trial within a trial. To take and to go to an inspection in local where accused number one and accused number two was tortured, and also where accused number one was tortured, respectively. But Judge Ratha was very dismissive of that idea. And no, what's the change? Judge Ratha further says you can arrange with the warders accompanying all accused and all the defense lawyers for their version. They don't have to be there pointing at the state, meaning that the state does not have to be there. This exercise could be done by the defense, accompanied by the warders of the accused. Then they consult, then come back on Tuesday after going to the areas which Mr. Mnisi says are not on the maps. It's never been done before, I know, says Ratha. And then in brackets, I go, new precedent alert, because I think we need this precedent of inspection in local. That way, we get to actually see what really transpired here, if indeed the accused remember this area this way. I'm just saying. So I was like, oh yeah, there goes a new precedent. Let's be aware of that, or alert. Advocate Mnisi stood up and threw the ball in the state court, with the judge sarcastically giggling. Basically, it's like, well, if an inspection in local needs to be done, that is the state who should conduct it. The same state that the judge said they don't have to be there. The Judge Ratha then wanted to know how long it was going to take the defense to compile its list of indications on the map. Then Advocate Mnisi responded by saying, it's not a difficult thing. It's going to take a caucus between us and the state, basically what it is that they request, so they reflect on the map. They gave us, this is Mr. Mnisi saying, they gave us for us to get proper instructions, because this, what did I say here? Oh my goodness, this thing is about getting proper instructions from accused. Guys, I have a horrible handwriting and I can't write in print. I write in cursives. So sometimes my own handwriting throws me off. Otherwise, if it does not happen, then will be misrepresentation of our clients. Advocate Baloy then stood up, requested for a short adjournment of about 10 minutes, which turned out to be a feel of an hour-long type of situation. And when they came back, Mr. Sibanda took to the floor and lied that they did not come to any kind of consensus. Of course, Mr. Mnisi got up and said, this is a lie. We agree that I will compile a list, submit to them, and then they will have the maps from Pinky. And then the judge wants to know from Pinky how long it will take her. She said it will depend on what the request is. So Judge Ratha then postponed the matter until tomorrow at 10 a.m. Even though Judge Ratha didn't feel or thinks that it's not going to be possible. I think it was just giving the state a hint that, hey, drag it, because tomorrow is the last day anyways in court, because on the 22nd they are going on a recess, or is end of term, as they put it. So of course tomorrow I suspect there's going to be an adjournment until after the recess of the High Court. And that will give them time to do whatever it is that they want to do. But I'm telling you, we are going to be seeing a lot of new situations going on in this trial. Of course, the state will be coming with new evidence, because that's the time they need to do that. It's very interesting how the bots are saying it is the defense's fault. I don't understand how is the defense fault. If the defense to have a fair trial, ask for everything. That's the state. It's the state's case. They're the one who said they have a solid case. They have the prospect of winning the case. So bring the evidence and table it. Even if it means to postpone many times, millions of times. You said you have solid evidence and therefore prove it beyond a reasonable doubt. Again, I will advise the Danzis to open a case against the people that are calling and threatening them and intimidating them and saying the nonsense that they are saying to them to do like I did. Get them in prison. Get them some nice criminal records because they're silly like hand. I'm telling you, there's no such a thing as private. You can change your profile. You can change. It still leads you straight to where you come from, who you are. If you're using your cell phone, you're even dumber because your phone is a record. It is a record. So that is it, guys. With this, if you like the video, give it a like. If you didn't like the video, give it a like. Anyways, do subscribe to my YouTube channel and don't forget to click the bell notification so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much to everybody that's super thanking the channel and supporting it financially. I highly appreciate you guys so very much. Also, leave a comment down below and let me know, what did you think about today's proceedings? Oh my gosh, those were no proceedings at all. Whatever it is that was going on, still wasting taxpayers' monies, by the way, instead of this judge saying, listen, there's no case, and other than that, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.